Father God, we come to you once again, Lord, and we just say thank you for all of our blessings, and Lord, they're just abundant. And we thank you so much, Lord. Just be with us tonight as we are sitting here to represent our communities. Help us to have your knowledge and wisdom to make the correct decisions that will influence our children and our teachers, parents. God, we just thank you for this country. Thank you for this world. Lord, we thank you for having knowledge of everything that's going to be happening and having it under control. Lord, just help us to have faith in that. We love you and praise you. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we would like to have the recognition of our retirees. That's your key.
We started the evening with a downstairs reception, and unfortunately not all of our retirees can join us tonight, but we will recognize all of them as I read off names, even if they're not here. But just wanted to restate our gratitude for your service to Washington County, to students, to your colleagues, to each other. All of you have played a role in supporting, the successes that by themselves. It's always a team effort, and you all play a role in any success that Washington County has had, in whatever the number of years. We have a range of service, and I'll say the years of service when I call out the individuals' names, but we range from, I think, the most tonight is with us is 48 years. And Washington County. And then we have some that joined us later in their career, and they were just with us a few years, but no matter the length of time, we appreciate your service. Tonight's group, including those that might not be here with us, a total of 840 or 14 total years combined of service being recognized today. So thank you. That's a lot of time, commitment, and it makes a difference. If nothing else, no matter what your role is in the school system, and specifically in our school system, I want you to know that you've made an impact. And we all that are still here, serving kids in our capacity, stand on your shoulders. So thank you all for your service. So I'm going to call out a name. We just have a small token, a paperweight with your name on it, years of service. I think our paparazzi here, Ms. Rivers, will take. So I'll hand it to you, and we'll get a quick picture so that we capture the moment. But let me start. And I promise, Ms. Rivers, I tend to get off script. I'm going to follow it once you lay it out. So Carolyn Bailey, 39 years of service.
Now, we'll tell you this. If I made it to October the 9th, it was in 40 years.
Mr. Robert Brown, 41 years of service. Rand Royals, 19 years of service. Deborah Carney, 8 years of service. Shirley Casey, 10 years of service. Joseph Covert, 6 years of service. Marty Cox, 13 years of service. Steve Cox, 25 years of service. Mr. Jeff Crow, 48 years of service.
I would say this, the school system's really been good to me, and I hope I've been good to them. And I've enjoyed it, and I spent 42 years at that old school, same room, 6 in the new building, in the same room, same subject, so I'm fortunate. Thank you all.
Thank you. Chris Pugh, 5 years of service. Kimberly Franklin, 18 years of service. Lisa Frazier, 23 years of service. Sheila Houston, 17 years of service. Kathy Lloyd, 30 years of service. Belinda Lyons, 28 years of service. Lisa McLamory, 30 years of service. Janine Curry, 38 years of service. Chris Morlock, 14 years of service. Kim Nelson, 29 years of service. Phil Patrick, 34 years of service.
Thank you all.
Miriam Robinson, 32 years of service.
Thank y'all.
Paul Root, 13 years of service. Donna Rose, 31 years of service. Amy Shipley, 28 years of service. Sherman Starnes, 38 years of service. Godfrey Stout, 14 years of service.
I'd like to say, thank Washington County. Driving the bus was the most enjoyable job I ever had. Thank you.
Ben Sweetie, 25 years of service.
Thanks, Vince.
Richard Charlton, 38 years of service. Richard Wagner, 40 years of service. Linda Winston, Smith, 18 years of service.
Thank you, it's been a joy.
The board members had an opportunity. We'll go ahead and, yeah, they're not here, I'll go ahead and, thank you. Lisa Lady Broyles, 35 years of service for Washington County. And Joe Lyons, 27 years of service. Thank you all. You're welcome to stay for the full board meeting. But we certainly understand if you want to take this opportunity to go do something that you might prefer to do. Thank you for joining us tonight.
No.
Thank you all.
How are you?
That's what, when you said that, I was like.
42 in the same building, the same.
Yes, because, I mean, even I was teaching for 7, and I got moved last week.
Yeah.
So that, he was your math teacher. Godfrey has driven my children to every sports event I can even remember. And, like, their biggest fans. He's their biggest fan.
You had a good run, a good year.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
All right, I'll now entertain a motion for the consideration of the meeting agenda.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Can we vote, Jennifer?
Voting's open. Mr. Irvin, is yours?
No, I voted. Yeah, I said, okay. I'll do it again. It ain't left. It's still saying I need to vote.
Okay, you voted yes?
Yeah.
Alright. All approved.
Motion carries. We did not have anyone sign up for public comments, so we will move on to approval of the meeting minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Can we vote, Jennifer?
Voting's open.
They're saying I got a problem. I pushed that, it did not. I thought I was following it. I vote yes.
All approved.
She took it out.
Motion carries, and we will move into announcement. Mr. Blood, I'll turn that over to you.
Sure, I mean, they're listed, some of them have already occurred, of course, the first day being Monday, with their abbreviated day, and Tuesday was actually the first full student day. So we're wrapping up the first week of the school year. We also, today, earlier, had the Hugh committee meeting, that was at the historic courthouse. Upcoming would be the budget committee next week. And the TSB Fall District Conference, if you haven't already done so at some point, would please let Ms. Moore know if you're going to attend that meeting, and it is in Morristown East High School on the 25th. That same night, I'll have to inform the commission, or have a designee there, because if I'm attending that with you, there's also a commission meeting at 6, so we'll work through that with the commission. That's all for updates on dates.
Wasn't there something that you was gonna resubmit to the?
I did, Hugh, today, yes, thank you. There was an item that was not voted on, and I asked to just bring that back up. And it was over the the project, HVAC project at Eddington High School, but it's
Yes.
specifically about the gas line, the natural gas line to supply that project.
What action did you committee take on that?
They approved it to move it on back to the full commission.
They questioned why it did not come at the same time as us asking for the funds for the project. And so he responded with, you know, by waiting that long, we saved some money because it had moved further towards the school.
Yeah, I mean, you know, development of that, so,
And they knew that. You had told them that more times than once. True?
possibly, yes, sir, but,
That's what I
you know, it's always okay to have to repeat things. Just to make sure we're clear.
Superintendent's report, please.
Sure, just a list of, just for, you know, board full awareness and just a public record, just, you know, maintenance. I will point out, you know, we usually put a list of links that goes directly to the live site. There was a change earlier this week, so those links may have some difficulty. Heath may have corrected some of them, but we will make sure that those links are corrected if they do not work. What happens is it seems to make you have to sign in, which that we don't want you to have to sign in to view that data. So we'll work on that if it's still not corrected. Monthly financials, Mr. Hill is not here. He was not feeling well. I certainly encourage him to go home. But you all, these are the items that he presented to you at the workshop. And, all the monthly financials and the quarterly financials. And then this McKinney prepared our monthly grant report for your information. Our personnel report for a portion of July and the first part of August. And then our enrollment report, as you will notice, right now in the beginning of the year, the first 10 or so days, it's somewhat fluid, but right now our overall enrollment is over 8,000. That's all.
Compared to what last year, do you?
We ended the year with just under 8,000, closer to 7,900. So, you know, it fluctuates a little. The rosters, some students that have registered, other families have made different decisions and they don't show up. So that's why each day for the first 10 days, we physically count students every day.
So it doesn't sound like there's a mass exodus because of the voucher program. We seem to be.
Not based on the current data. No.
Yep.
All right, at this time, I will ask for a consideration of the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Can we vote, please, Jennifer?
Second. All approved.
Thank you. Moving into discussion and presentations. First on the list is the property agreement with the town of Jonesboro and the shared use agreement with the town of Jonesboro for Tiger Park. Does anyone have any questions about the agreements that are in your BOE Connect? Is she here to speak?
Ms. Congress here in case anyone has questions, but she provides you an overview at the workshop.
We had no good workshop. I mean, if there's any new information since the workshop last week.
Could we maybe move that, cause I never paid no attention, but before, I'd like to see the property lines where he's got the lines drawn up before we agree to this.
Like to move it in the agenda, or do you want to move it to another date?
Yeah, well, I'd
Just in
like
the
to move
agenda.
it to in the agenda.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I should have made that.
This is for Tiger Park, is that?
Well, there's two agreements in there. One
Okay,
is
so
for the
he's not
old
talking
Jonesboro
about-
property.
Right, okay.
And then also because it's a Jonesboro discussion, there's the Tiger Park agreement between the board and the town of Jonesboro. two different,
Just wanna make sure he went.
no,
So can we discuss the one at Tiger Park first, because
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah,
okay. So there's a shared use agreement in BOE Connect for Tiger Park.
this is simply, basically the agreement we already have, it just formalizes, in writing.
So, it's a shared use instead of a deeded agreement?
No, this is the Tiger Park agreement that, we have, we had to kind of make sure we define lanes on who's responsible for what in using the new Tiger Park. At
Sports
the new,
complex
at
at
the new
elementary
school.
school.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I hadn't seen this, so.
that's what I say, I hadn't said, that's what I was.
Well, we can, you can pull it off and we can bring it back to you in August workshop.
I just hadn't seen it.
Okay.
I don't know when it got on there, so.
Are you recommending that we move it to the workshop?
I am.
We didn't review it in last
Yes.
week's workshop.
We did not review it in the last workshop, it was just dropped in BOE Connect.
Yep.
So you would like,
Okay.
okay, so we're gonna move those to workshop in August for the September meeting. And you want to move the Frontier Park position down after we look at the other one?
Yeah.
Okay, so does anybody have any objection to go ahead and just looking at that Jonesboro designated property? It would skip the tire bid really quick and then we'll come back to that. Is that okay with everybody? Let's take care of that first. So if you, the lines were sent out by Jerry today. Mr. Boyd sent those out to us, so you should.
I think we have some hard copies just to put in front of you. But I shared with you the digital copy that we received.
You got it, man?
Man, yeah, I'm gonna print out 10.
Pull up the PDF of the property, it's the next item after the target. So
Thank you.
9C. 9C.
It's my understanding when we talked about it in workshop, with this front lot, phase 2, lot 2, that would be put up to sale, but it would say, I would advertise as could subdivide or would subdivide or.
I believe since we've got the plot and this is the lines that we want, I think the next step is to hire a realtor. Isn't it?
That would be,
That's one of the items after this, to
Not
solicit requests for proposals from commercial real estate.
I guess now it's time for questions about this.
Discussion, yes.
I like it with the exception that right to the north of the round building, the right of way is coming right through what would be primary parking for that building if we keep the round.
my understanding is they're looking to put a road and hook into that road, so we would want that to run through there. That wouldn't be parking, it would be road.
And I understand that. I guess my question is, could that road have a curve in it there right in front of the school to not interrupt that parking?
I mean, it could,
Be taken,
it would just be reducing the amount of property that you'll be selling.
Yeah, and I understand that, but the question is, the board here, would we have, in losing that parking, we anticipate having adequate parking for that facility for
I would think
whatever
so.
the future use will be.
Because there's parking down at the bottom.
Going up towards the bus garage, there's parking.
We could just bend that line. It's not, wouldn't be a big deal. It also, keep in mind, it depends on what, you know, I guess it would be a lawyer answer that the lawyer might give, it would depend. If the board does proceed with, raising or demolishing the round, that provides additional areas to consider for future parking. If we maintain the round and we renovate that space, you know, of course, if you have the road where it is, I mean, that obviously reduces parking.
So right now, the center part of that, what would I guess would be lot 2B, the depth of it right now was 300 feet. If you did put a curve in that 50-foot right of way, and then you drop that down to 250 for that center area.
Oh, I like the idea about tearing the round part down myself. If we could ever afford to be able to do it. Because the round part, in my opinion, we don't need it. If we ever decided we wanted to add on to something.
And I'll just note, I mean,
Matt from
you know, that, those lines are an extension of the existing road. Right, so we're traffic-wise, we're maintaining the directions without any tangents or point of curvatures to add to that, which is costly to build. Straight roads are cheaper. And that's just really an offset, like I said, that is an extension of the existing transportation agreement area behind Pals and all that stuff.
Well, we've got all that playground area, that I'm sure we can have playground next to it. All that
There
could
is
be-
not a playground there.
That could be.
All that could be parked.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Plus that road line matches the depth of the business properties next to it.
Right.
So the 300 feet is what all the lots to the right of it are.
Yeah, I think this road layout is optimal for the property we're gonna sell.
Yeah.
A question here, another comment about maybe that what's designated here as playground area could be converted
Right.
to office, or I'm sorry, the parking area in the
Right.
future, so that would,
If we don't tear it around there.
I'm asking and thinking, and
Yes.
as we go here, I mean, it's, so that's important. Okay.
Is there any more questions or discussion about the lots?
So where the building was sitting at, how many acres is there? Where the old school, I can't see it.
So the front, road frontage on,
Yeah, that's.
All the building, counting the building.
I'll let it take
It's 8.6 plus or minus acres.
yeah.
But he's talking about the section
I'm
where the
talking
middle
about-
school building is, it's 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah. Yes, 4.5, give or take.
This comes up flat.
I see now. Damn, that's a little light, I'm getting blind. I'm getting old.
So you ready to make a recommendation?
I make a recommendation that we hire a realtor now. Is that next?
We have to accept this before
Okay.
we can move on to that.
Okay.
So you'd like to make that motion?
Make a recommendation that we support this as it's drawn up. Does anybody disagree with me?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Can we vote, please, Jennifer? Are you now comfortable with going back to Jonesboro?
Yeah.
Martin, please do this. Okay.
All agreed.
Thank you, Jennifer. So now let's move back to the Frontier Park We saw the presentation the other day. And then we have a, wait a minute. Mr. Masters, did you have a question? Read it. Is this what we're doing next?
The first item is a narrative, and the second item is the presentation.
I just had a question on I thought on the workshop, Keith just pointed that out, the parking that is above the field, I thought that was gonna be incorporated in that line, but it shows right through the road's going through, which, is that the road, is that gonna be additional
They
parking?
made that the easement, it's still gonna have parking, but in the
Okay.
drawing, they made that the easement all the way across.
Okay, so there is still gonna be parking
That
there,
would be up to the board, yes.
okay.
They just identified that as the easement of the roadway.
Well, I make a motion that we propose lot 1 to the town of Jonesboro with the restriction that if they ever change uses, it reverts back to us. Reverts back to us as owner.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? Lot 1.
Approximately 8 acres.
Seeing no more discussion, Jennifer, can we vote, please?
I voted. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Voted twice.
Okay, all appreciate.
Thank you.
Now we have the approval of the RFQ for the realtor to sell the identified property at Jonesboro School. Everybody had the opportunity to look over that.
Just standard language.
It's basically the exact same RFQ we used when we sold Boots Creek Middle School.
Where will you solicit this at?
Put it in the newspapers and then we'll target probably the same list of realtors that we did last time.
An interview.
That'll be up to the board. We'll have to schedule that, yes, sir.
I think I have the RFQ deadline as the date of the board workshop, I think. Then we can invite them back if you wanted to talk to them at the board workshop.
I move to approve issuing the RFQ.
Second. Excuse me, second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Can we vote, please, Jennifer?
Harding Griffin. Olive Creek.
Yep. So let's move back to the tire bid, because I just skipped over it and decided we weren't going back. So we have the tire bid tabulation, that's the first one. There's two different ones. One is for individual and the other one is,
Hey, Dana. Open the one under 9B, please. Yeah.
You're on the right one, just click it to download file.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So you, at the workshop, you'd asked me to fill in the blanks. I apologize if those blanks were left blank. They should not have been. For the best tire, best one tire, you'd ask some questions about, the special info. For the 150, those are like our vans, our truck tires and things like that. Those are the price of the tires, and for anything additional or different that we need that's not covered with that size tire, best one falls under a state contract, and they give us the state contract amount for all other tires. And then you asked about the tire buyback, and best one, they buy back according to the market value for what it's running there, instead of a set amount of $50. In the last 2 times that we've used them, those buybacks have ranged anywhere from $50 per tire to $75 per tire. It just depends at that moment in time when we try to sell those tires back, what the market value is for them. So again, that's why our recommendation is to go with best one tire.
How many cases will we have a month to sell?
It varies from month to month. Every time we change the tires on a bus, we sell them back.
How many times is tires changed on a bus per year? Just one bus?
Well, unless it's absolutely necessary, it's based on a mileage thing, and they don't travel 10,000 miles a year. Probably is our longest range bus. So, I think, if I'm not mistaken, those are like 45 or 50 year or 50,000 mile tires for those buses. So based on that, unless they wear down, or they get a blowout or something like that.
Not even once a year.
Normally not once a year.
About every 3 years.
I make a motion, we go with the best one tire company bid.
Second.
Any discussion? Can we vote, please, Jennifer?
Voting open. All agreed.
Do we have individual tire bids? No, that was just
That's just
where,
additional
that was just
information.
additional. Do we purchase tires for, like, the little travel trailers that, like the bands and the football team and all the different teams, do we service their trailers and things like that?
What was the question?
Do we, I know bands and football teams have those trailers, do we service tires for those?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we take care of everything that has a wheel. And maybe not a wheelbarrow, but big trailers, small vans, things like that, we take care of that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Those are such a low volume that wouldn't be anything to be bid out.
I just wondered if that was included in, like, as if we did that, or that the school did that, or how that worked.
That's probably falls in that range where they just give us the state contract price for those oddball tires, gator tires, things like that.
Like the golf carts and stuff
Golf
that we
carts.
use too,
Mhm.
so we provide for those also.
We take care of them.
Okay,
Jared, what runs 16s? Our vans or what
The vans run the 16s, if I'm not mistaken.
does the minibuses run?
They run the same. They don't run they don't ride a regular tire like that.
They've got 17s on.
Do they?
I'd say they do.
I don't know.
I think,
I thought the vans out there had 17s or 18s on them too.
no, I think those are for the vans.
I was just curious. Thank you.
we need approval, to submit the school bus purchase information to the county, HEW next time. He did inform them that it was coming and that there was going to be a bigger school bus purchase that we need to be able to submit that, because we're 18 months out for buying buses, so it takes us 18 months to get them, so we need to go ahead and get ahead of that, so.
Well, just for your information, when we take this back to HEW, because the length of time to get school buses here, we're pretty jammed up right now getting buses. So we have opted our proposal was going to be to HEW that this year we were supposed to buy 4 big buses and 2 small buses. The window's gone for that. They'll never get here in time for when we need them. So we're going to use every other bus that we possibly can and keep those routes running, and look for any bus that we have assigned to do an alternate route. Like we have some buses that stay at the high school, so when the football team needs to leave at 3 p.m. right after school, they don't have to wait for a bus to run a route because they don't get done until like 4:30. So they're able to have buses at their thing. We can make that work. So what we're doing is cutting out this year's buses, but now we're expediting. We're taking next year's bus purchase of 7, moving it to this year with the understanding when they agree to buy those, it's gonna take 18 months for them to get here. And that's problematic, but the bigger problem is the year after that, we have to have 16 school buses. I had a conversation again with Tony, and he said if we don't have 16 buses, we won't have enough buses to run the route. He said they gotta be here on time. So that's why we're trying to move everything up a year. It's gonna be tight this year, cutting some of those buses out, but we've got buses that we can use to cover those routes. It may extend down to the schools where they might not have a bus to take a sports team until we run a route and get them back. We'll try to make sure we don't do that all the time, but I'm afraid it's gonna happen. But we'll make do with that. But again, we're moving all those bus purchases up, which is gonna require us to amend our 5-year capital plan so that we can show that we're buying buses soon.
Mr. Walters.
Does that make sense? I hope.
Make a motion that we approve to submit school bus purchase information to the county commission queue committee.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Rushers?
How we gonna do on pricing? Will they price them out a year out?
That's a good question. Right now, they're just under $150,000 a piece. But if we do those 7, it's to say we're placing that amount right now, right? So next year, it could go up. What I've been doing is adding like 10% every year. So if we buy 7 buses at $150,000 this year, if we needed 7 next year, I might say that we're going to charge $175 for them. And just trying to make sure we keep up with all that inflation stuff, because I know that's where I've run into trouble. I've lowballed it or didn't put enough money in there, and then we come back and say, hey, we need 6 buses, and I thought they'd be this much each, they're this much each, and then we're short on money. So we're going to try to add more money to what we think the purchase price might be. They're $3,000 more this year than they were last year. So,
Do you have any propane grants this year?
No. The problem is the propane grants were for older diesel buses, and the last one we could destroy, I think, were 2010s, and we're out of those, if I'm not mistaken. Well, we will be. So I do not think we'll qualify for that specific grant monies. There may be other opportunities out there. I know Ms. McKinney and myself, we look for that stuff all the time and see if we can find a way to offset some of that cost.
Well, my question is, what are we gonna do about money? Because the county commission's only appropriated X amount of dollars. Jerry, what's the plan there? Do we go back and ask, say, these buses are costing, when they applied that amount of money, they was $100,000 or $80,000.
We have, it's a request. As far as the money, again, and especially it's conversations about next year's budget and future budgets, that's gonna have to be a big part of the conversation.
Well, they was purchasing the buses themselves, wasn't they?
Well, we purchased them, but they provide the fund.
To keep from sharing.
Right, it's in the educational capital fund.
We still have 770 in that.
This year is in the line is 880.
There's enough, the 880 will cover the 7, correct?
It will not.
7 buses came in 1.1 million, or just under $1.1 million.
At 150 a bus?
Yeah, well, 149 and something, 149.50 or
They'll
something.
cover almost 6 buses.
maybe, yeah.
5.86.
Well, it blows my mind that we can't pick up and order 17 school buses. That's what gets me. I mean, my God, we're just a little system. Is these big towns that's buying school buses, 100,000 kids, why can't we get school buses? That's what gets me. You know, I mean, that if we picked up and say, Bluebird, I need 17 school buses, are they taking care of them and not taking care of us? Is that what the problem is?
I've talked with Tony a little bit about that, and I think they would prioritize it. If I want 100 buses and you want 7, they're gonna make sure I get my 100.
Yeah.
It's just business.
I mean, they get them to us. It just takes a lot longer than it used to.
Lead time is a lot longer.
It's crazy how long it takes them to get our buses to us.
Question.
Can we vote, Jennifer?
Voting's open. All agreed.
The next item was not in workshop. It is the, increased fees for the SROs that are working our extracurricular events. It will, move us to $50 per hour with a 4-hour minimum, correct?
It's 35 for nonprofits, the sheriff, indicated $50 for, other groups, but for nonprofits and for the school system, $35 an hour, minimum of 4 hours per officer.
Where are we at now, Derek?
$25, minimum 4 hours.
So
per
$40
officer.
increase.
Yes. Yes,
It was at 25 and now we're at 35.
yes, sir.
So that's $10.
But he's charging everybody
But
else.
minimum of 4
Yeah.
hours, so it is a $40 increase.
But just to be fair, the sheriff's office is doing this for every officer, for every event,
Sure.
and not just school.
Oh, no, yeah,
We get,
that's his cost.
yeah, so it's not just one or two, it's everybody across the board.
My biggest question
And I don't
is,
benefit from this, cause I can't
if
work.
we have security at, say, a soccer game, a volleyball game, we don't, at Boone, we generally don't bring in enough money to pay the ticket.
Correct.
holders. Is that something we can help the school with?
Correct.
Increase that, with the increased costs?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We will ensure that security.
I knew we would, I
And
just
the
wanted to.
cost is addressed.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I make a motion to approve the security fees, extracurricular events.
Second. Is there any more discussion? Can we vote, Jennifer?
Voting's open.
The next item,
All agreed.
thank you, Jennifer. The next item was not in our workshop either. It is the athletic admission price for the 25-26 school year. So our current middle school ticketing prices is $5 for adults, and students are $2, and we do a family plan, $10 max. They propose we take that to $6, leave students at $2, and go to $12 for the family plan. High school ticketing is going to increase from 8 to 10. All other increases from 6 to 7. That's just for football games. All others from 6 to 7. High school students are $2, and all Washington County students are $2. But they may require the student to have their proof that you belong to us. Yes, Mr. Masters.
To my knowledge, Boone's never charged $2 for students. It's always been the same price. Now, I don't know about on the other end, but
I think one end has been charging two, one end has been charging the full price.
That's what I thought.
The last time it was brought to us, this was the plan.
Well, what I'd like to see, I don't know what the objective is here. I've talked to a lot of other systems and they let their students in free. If we want student support, I think we need to let them in free with student pass, student ID, not even charge $2. Because if our parents bring them, they're gonna eat concession and do everything else.
Yes, sir.
How is that gonna help pay with SRO stuff though?
Well, if we charge $2, we have 100 kids, that's only $200. If we keep it at $10, we're gonna have 20 kids, it's still staying $2 or $200. It's gonna be easier to get 20 kids there than 200 or the 100. That's the way I look at it. I mean, to me, the money's irrelevant. There's not enough. $2, there's just not enough. I mean, that's just my thought.
But there would be a factor of more adults showing it,
I mean, that's
potentially.
my thought. You know, over all the years I've been going to Boone, you know, I always, what do you do to get student support? What do you do? What do you do? Simple, let them in free. All I say is to make sure they're a student at Daniel Boone, have an ID card that they have to show to get in. But now they go to David Crockett, and it's, you know, it's just yours. To me, it's your students only at the high school, unless we want both high schools to participate.
So are not including middle school students from our feeder schools, are you including those?
Well, I mean, they generally come in free in football if they wear the jersey.
If we're gonna do something free, let's do it all the way across the
Well, I think
system.
that's fine with me, but I'm just saying.
We're gonna let, if you show your ID, let them come in for free.
To me, that's, I mean.
I really didn't wanna raise the prices because it's just,
Well, I
you
was told,
pay to get in,
we
then
had to
you're
go
gonna
to
go spend.
$10 because the district were in football.
I understand that, but you're gonna go and spend $40 at the concession stand. But if you got a couple of kids, you're.
It's hard enough on the parents now.
That's right.
You know.
So, other than the gate, what sort of income does the athletic department have? We don't do concessions really anymore.
Now, various groups do the concessions, you know, for example, band or other non-revenue, groups. But the board provides, you know, school system provides them a small amount to both athletic departments in both ends of the county. So, I mean, the board provides some money, but then the rest of it is boosters and fundraisers.
Does every kid have a student ID made?
They do not, so we would have to, and that would be on us, you know, as far as coming up with a process. Whether it's some kind of student identification, it could just be as simple as we have on game days, they can pick a ticket up at their school, a student ticket, a special student ticket. That, you know, an ID would be preferred, but we don't currently issue those to all of our students.
So if we had them pick up, like procedural, had them pick up, I'm just thinking logistics, because if we deem every kid getting free, how the logistics of that could be a nightmare for ticket people.
How do you know who's
Somebody
school
scout it.
system?
I mean, we can work on the process and work with ADs and the schools.
And that's also an, you know, an attendance thing, if you're there that day, you get a ticket, you're not, you have to buy one, I mean, there's several different ways they can handle that. Other than the fact, you know, you have your.
I think the logistics can be worked out through central office and the athletic department fairly easy myself.
It can be done.
If everybody, like you said, get a ticket before the game and before the school ended, if you're planning on going to the ball game and you're a student, come and pick up a ticket.
Until we get the IDs or some logistics put through.
Mr. Barnes.
And that would do the same thing at the middle schools.
While we're on this subject, something that's been a pet peeve of mine for years is when there's during school hours, when there's a ball game or event, kids have to pay $1 to you don't have a dollar stake. So I would like, if we're gonna go down this route and consider this, that ask the superintendent to consider that policy system-wide to make those events free. Because you just think about it, if a kid don't have $2 to go to the ball game, they're sitting home and their buddies don't know it. If they don't have $1 to go to the volleyball game, they have sat in the classroom, and I think that happens sometimes.
I agree.
That really is the meaning to that child, so I would like to consider that as part of this matter.
Has there ever been any consideration for lower price for seniors? The district where my sister lives, they are all allowed to come in for free to their high school, large high school system. And I don't know if there are any other surrounding areas that do that. Sometimes they have a student price and a senior price together being lower. They don't let the students in totally for free, but the prices are matching. It's usually half price.
To my knowledge, I don't know that there's been that discussion.
Boys, I wanna say this, and everybody knows, we're gonna be hurting for money. And we're sitting here giving stuff away. And I'll be the first one to support letting the kids in free, but we're losing money. We really are. But I'll still support letting the kids in free, so I don't know what.
And we might not be, like you said, we might have more parents come, be likely more to come. Because it's one less ticket and they may spend more money at concession.
The family pass is, you're gonna charge them $12 for a family pass. And that gets kids and everybody in. So.
That's only at the middle schools.
Yeah.
It's 50 then for a family, for a student pass, it's 50.
For all the games. And I don't know how much that brings in to Daniel Boone or David Crockett, but that's just that much more money, less money that they'll have to operate with. And if we're gonna have to pay more for the SROs to be there and,
Do we not use some of the gate money for athletic equipment and things? I don't understand. I mean, everybody's paid for years to get a ball game, and then that funds your athletic department. And so, if we cut all this, we're cutting our athletic funding, and then we'll have to pick up the cost. So, I don't know. Yeah, everybody getting in free would be great, but we've got to pay for shoulder pads and helmets and basketballs and baseballs and all that, and that comes out of your athletic fund, and your football is your biggest ticket item as far as your funding. That's where you've got your largest crowds and your largest amount of money, so I don't know that we would be benefiting our athletic departments by cutting out their funding. So, I mean, I like the idea in principle, but to cut their funding, who's gonna pick it up? We're gonna pick it up. That's what's gonna happen.
For me, I think, I had talked to Mr. Boyd about maybe tying some of this $2 tickets with attendance and things like that, because if you're at school and you can buy a cheaper ticket versus buying a regular price ticket, I know it would cut some off of the ticket, but if you're at school, because we're struggling with attendance at times, and some kids love a good ball game, so they will come to school so that they can purchase a $2 ticket because it's a reduced price. So, I had mentioned that to him, and I know it does cut out the funding, and I'm with Whitney. We really, are gonna have to have the money, so letting them in free, I think it's a great idea, but in reality, we're struggling for money.
What about if we can?
Well, if you do that, now here's from the husband's standpoint, not a board member, from a husband's standpoint, if you have a $2 ticket, 99% of those kids are gonna give you a 5, a 10, or a 20. You're going to have $4,000 to $5,000 just in ones to make change at a high school. If you're gonna do $2, then I would suggest you do the $2 during school hours only.
That's what I was
If you
saying.
don't get a ticket during school, then you pay regular price at the gate.
Well, regular price is $2.
No, it's $10.
$10.
High school.
High school students, $2.
To buy their ticket.
Well, that's what they're proposing.
That's what they're proposing.
Okay.
Well,
This is what they're proposing.
This is the proposal, and we have to make a decision on it. I do, however, know that with football, that is regional. The $10 is regional. That's everybody across. It doesn't matter what school you go to, it's going to be $10.
That ain't what I was told.
Really? That's what I was told.
$10. If we go to volunteer high school, we pay $10 to get in that gate.
Right.
If we go to our own home school, we charge what we want. Now, that's what I was told.
Okay.
But the $10 ticket is being set across the league.
Correct.
For
Yes.
a standard amount.
Correct. Because I asked the question, if we charge $2, who's gonna make up the other 8 at the gate? And I was told, we set our own.
It's more of a gentleman's agreement or gentlewoman's
Correct.
agreement, that, hey, we're all gonna, this is gonna be our base price on our tickets for everybody. And at your school, you do what you need to do with your students and so on. But if you're a visitor, you're gonna expect to come to our place and you'll see $10 tickets.
Yes.
So, sorry, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I would like to add, I was texting with one of the athletic directors. Our high school kids get in free with a current student ID. So if they have their student ID, they don't pay to get in.
I did not think we issued IDs across the board.
That's the information, must present a current student ID to get free admission.
Well, if we do, then that's a good vehicle to do that.
Because that's high
We have to
school
be
only.
I
consistent.
think that's high school only.
Yeah, that would be only.
Yes, sir.
I would like to at least see the change that Mr. Barnes is talking about for students in school when there's a game during the day. I don't think that's gonna affect the athletic fund that much.
No, I think the only thing that'll affect is like, I think they do something for like fundraisers for like
Much of that has to
cancer
be
and things like that. I'm not sure how all that works, but I think that's, I'm not
It's
sure.
done until the postseason.
Postseason, then they get
Okay.
portion.
Well, I'd like to make a motion, we approve the 26 athletic admission pricing increase. With that being said, that we can do the $2 student tickets as stated in it.
Before you do that, though, for raising prices, it's correct what Jared said. Is that what you wanna do?
I'm trying to track it down, I apologize.
Mr. Walters, did you have something?
I just wanted to put something in context, not for the students, but for everyday
I was
adults.
gonna make a motion so we could discuss it.
I think we just already discussed it.
I was just making a statement that a movie entry is $12 across the United States. It's the average. So they're getting they're gonna pay a lot less for concessions at a basketball game, a lot less for a ticket at a basketball game or a football game.
Half the kids don't watch a ball game anyway.
Theaters are packed every week. And it ain't necessarily the kids I'm talking about. It's just, if you can tell where your priorities are by looking at your checking account. And most of it's entertainment.
What is he waiting
Oh,
on?
yeah, just wait on a second to discuss.
Hey, Mr. Riddle, will you clarify your motion all the way through, please?
Well, all I'm saying is that I'll just say we pass this 25-26 athletic admission pricing increase as stated here.
As stated. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second, I'll hear, listen to his discussion.
I just wanted us to get right here.
Mr. Schumacher.
I'd like to
Thank
do
you.
an
I
amendment.
wanna move back
I
on.
don't
Yeah.
wanna do an amendment to his motion. I go along with it, but on the $2 price, I think that has to be purchased during school hours only
For the kids.
for the kids. and it's a student, not an adult. In other words, a student can't go and buy a $2 ticket and give it to their parents. It's a $2 if they don't purchase during school hours. It's regular fee, regular $10 at the gate.
Do we normally sell tickets during the day as it is?
Yes.
This,
Middle school and high school?
yeah, so is this $2 tickets through the system or just in the high school?
I think the intent of that last line, all Washington County students, $2.
But so,
Of course, when they're a certain age, we don't charge them anyway. They're young students, the younger students.
So, Mr. Masters, as a part of your motion, is that middle schoolers can purchase their tickets at the gate for $2?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the way it is, I don't want to interrupt their schedule by no means.
I will second his motion then.
I'm speaking of the high school only now, I'm sorry, yes, high school only.
how do you tell high schoolers from middle schoolers?
No, the high school has to buy the tickets during school hours.
Right.
And then give it at the gate when they walk
Then the
in.
middle schooler pays $2 at the gate to get in.
Well, it wouldn't just be middle schoolers, it would be
I see what you're saying.
kindergarten through 8th grade,
Because
whatever.
if middle schoolers want to get in the high school ball game, it should be $2 too.
Why don't we just, we'll sell sell tickets during school hours for $2. And when the kids show up at the gate to go in, it's $2. Period.
Yeah,
I mean, we
it's
said we want to do it for free, let them in for free, but we're gonna charge $2.
Yeah, but it's just hard on the workers to have all that change.
Well, we've done it for
Boone hasn't.
30 years.
Boone hasn't.
Well, I mean,
So we're wanting to do away with the students in high school getting a free ticket if they have an ID or getting
Well,
a.
Jared,
Well, the principal, David Crockett, says they do not issue student IDs.
That's what I thought.
But Boone does, or?
That's still to be determined.
I've never seen a student ID.
I haven't either.
And that costs.
Yeah, how about we just roll with it?
I just want, my motion is all students $2 during school hours. If not, it's regular admission at the gate.
And I made that second.
And that's the amendment.
So you're gonna get them kids show up there that have to pay $10 to get in.
$10 to get in.
If they don't buy during school.
Why don't we just charge $2 for all of them? It's the same.
I know, but that's,
Well,
I'm just speaking from a husband's standpoint.
it would take away the urgency of trying to get the $2 ticket in the daytime if you're gonna just charge it at the gate. So if you want a discounted price, you get it during school. If you don't,
Yeah, but they're getting in free anyway. He said you said Daniel Boone students is getting in free.
I did not. That's what I
That's
proposed.
They said that they showed ID, but I don't think they show ID. They have one to show.
To my knowledge, we never let a kid in free, right?
Well, I'm getting too much.
we're still charging, but we're giving
Tell
an
me.
incentive if you get it during school hours. It's just
I'd
like
say
anything
charge
else.
$2, period. Get them in.
Yeah, it's just a new experience for me. My past, it was never a board discussion. It was always handled at the school level.
Well, it
know why
don't
we
need
got our
to
hands
be
in
$5 at one school and $2 at this school. It needs to be all the same across the.
Generally, the schools work together to make sure there's consistency.
Could we not let them do that then?
I just think what we need guidance from the board is, that you have full awareness of the increase, the student costs, I think.
So let the schools handle it, but it'd be across the board.
They just need to be the same.
Well, Whitney's motion is
Go with it.
what we got right there. And is your motion saying $2 to get in for student at all ball games?
If you purchase a ticket during school.
That's
That
the,
ain't,
That was
that's
mine,
your
that was
amendment.
amendment.
Let's vote on his amendment.
that was just amended.
Yeah.
Amended, right.
That we
Middle
received.
school sells high
So-
school tickets?
I don't, again, if the board makes this decision, they will.
Starts, is that student gonna get in for $2
I don't
or
believe
gonna
they
get
do.
in it for
Okay,
$10?
so they gotta
What
identify somebody else to handle that during the
$2?
school day.
Mike would be the bookkeeper.
His motion is to, at night, when the ball game starts, the kids get in for $2, correct?
Whitney
That's
says.
what that says right there.
The original motion.
Mr. Riddle.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Mr. Riddles is letting the schools handle it, basically.
Basically, no,
No,
going with the
That plan
proposal.
right there, that plan
Okay.
right there.
Of the board.
All right.
And my amendment was for $2 tickets only be purchased during school hours.
I can't.
And did yours get seconded yet?
Yes, I
Okay.
seconded that.
Okay.
So we're going to vote on the amendment to the motion.
That was a lot of time.
I knew it was gonna be.
So this is the amendment.
This is
All right.
I voted twice.
I did too.
I haven't
Did I
voted.
get it?
I voted twice.
Let's see, I voted and it popped up.
Go again, Eric, you get to vote twice too.
I get to vote twice too. Make sure it don't conflict.
Mr. Middlestate, you're just still spending.
Right, well, you want me to just vote then?
Yes, please.
Yes.
So it's four no's and 4 yeses.
That fails.
So it fails. So we are going to vote
On the original.
on the original motion as it stands.
Yeah.
Get to vote twice.
Lost.
I voted for you. Okay, so this is $2, so get it.
And I voted twice again.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
So then there's no reason to buy the ticket at school if you're gonna get it for $2 no matter what. Right, that doesn't matter. Just make it.
Madam Chairman,
Yes.
might I ask that in our, next workshop, we would put the question about athletic, which means during school hours.
I haven't voted yet.
Consider.
Yes.
Yes.
To spend it what needs to be spent.
Yes, sir.
It carried with 1 no.
We always have money left over.
Moving on to purchase orders. These are purchase orders that were not available to us when we met at our workshop. So we can take them one at a time, or if somebody would want to lump them all together, that would be great too.
I make a motion, we lump them all together.
So you'd like to move for approval of all?
But yes, move
And all
for
together.
approval for all first.
I have a motion to,
Second.
and I have a second. So that will put all of those together. Does anybody have any questions over any of those?
Well, I can't see them all.
I think they were all
The-
presented here,
These were not.
These were not.
The dietary purchase orders were,
Yes.
there was a few that came in after the workshop. All of those above the dietary were not presented at the workshop.
So the media leaders, the Imagine Learning,
Yeah, that's,
Raptor Technology, Power School, Kaplan, those are the ones that
right.
did not. And my understanding is most are renewals except for the pre-K, the new pre-K classroom for Jonesboro.
Yes, just to quickly run through there, the News to You subscription is an instructional material. Purchasing for special education. The next item, Raptor, is a renewal. It's our system. The next item, purchase order 5400, is using funding, ISM grant funding for Westview, is using that to make a purchase underneath within the grant. The next purchase order 5433, that is in structure, is our online platform, Canvas, our learning management system, annual subscription. Next item, 5447, is Jonesboro Elementary using their school funds for professional development. I believe that was discussed at the workshop. And Daniel Boone High School,
The volleyball camp, I think, was discussed at the workshop. Okay,
That was just a reimbursement.
yeah, the new one, and I wanna, just if you have any questions, media leaders, we discontinued a service and this is replacing that. So the funding is replacing an annual subscription that we had paid for previously. This is for parents. It is to help them, provide them resources for themselves and their family and their students and their children on help navigating social media and other online challenges. So it'll be available to parents for free to, just a resource. It's video based. The company develops these specifically for parents to help them support their child in appropriately using social media and other challenges with the internet. The other purchase order, Raptor, again, I said was a annual subscription. That's your Power Schools, an annual subscription, and then the other one, Kaplan, it's pre-K. So that's really the added purchase order.
I have a motion and a second to move forward with those purchase orders. Do I have any more discussion? Can we vote, please, Jennifer?
Cody, second. All agreed.
Last item on the agenda is to discuss meeting dates for collaborating with the county commission. I know that we have said that we want to jump into budget for next year, but we needed to meet with them beforehand, and we've identified September 9th and 10th as a good date, and we want to see if those are good dates on your all's calendars, one over the other.
September 9, 10.
9 or 10, yes. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday. I would prefer the Tuesday date, but I want it to be where we can all be around the table. Mr. Davenport made it clear today that he needed a little bit more open conversation. I think he feels like that we are always just telling them their needs, but they want a little bit more conversation. So I think we're probably going to look at this workshop in a little different manner with a little different agenda.
My comment back to Mr. Davenport was that, just listening to the board, I said, I think everyone is wanting some open dialogue. That's about as far as I went.
We won't have anything to eat that night, so we should have plenty of
That's
time
right.
to talk.
No food.
Does anybody have any problem with the 9th? Is that
That I
good
know of.
for everybody?
No, just good for me.
So 6 p.m. or would you like to move it to 6:30? 6 p.m. is good.
Here?
I believe here, yes. I think also what I picked up on in Mr. Davenport's comments, which were good comments. As we develop the agenda, I'll make sure that everyone's aware and has a part in developing the agenda. Has an opportunity to review and make suggestions.
And I would like to see those suggestions come straight from the commissioners. So if we could send these invitations to the commissioners and ask them if they would like anything put on the agenda, to please let us know before, the dates that we have to.
RSVP.
We will extend the date, September 9th, 6 o'clock here, and an invitation to suggest agenda topics.
Yes, Mr. Barnes.
Yeah, I'd just like to add, I think this meeting with the commission is a great opportunity, as they always are, to help us better understand their challenges and then better understand our challenges. One thing that has been it eventually became very clear to me in the last 2 months is that the amount of our fund balance is a point of contention and question. And exactly how you define that fund balance, our accountant defines it one way and they say it's another. So I think, probably first and foremost on that agenda, that issue of what's the level of fund balance what they're comfortable with. We need to reach some agreement on that. And also, hey, find that, numbers wise, just reach agreement on it. And, beyond that, I think a lot of, we need open discussion, but we don't need to do a lot of debating there. And trying to prove that we're right or they're right. It's not it shouldn't be a debate. They're a group of public servants, just like we are, elected by the voters and citizens of Washington County. We all serve them. So I hope we can come out of there with a kind of a win-win result that we all get better.
And if there's anything that any of you all would like to see on that agenda, we can also put that on the agenda as board members so that we leave everything on the table when we leave that evening.
Well, I understand what you're saying, Eric. We run the school system, not them. They're a funding body, but, if they think that we're sitting here thinking that we need 16 million or 18 million dollars in our fund balance, and that's 2 months, and they're saying that we don't, who's right?
That's my point. We've got to resolve that.
Okay, well, we feel like.
They feel strong one way, we feel strong another way. We gotta iron that out. If we don't, we're gonna be right back.
We're gonna be right back like we was.
So let's make that as a goal to resolve.
Put that on item 1A.
1A?
Please.
1A.
Certainly.
I just have one comment to make, not to that, but been some talk about us not being able to feed the kids free this year. I did reach out to Brad this past week and asked him back when we did charge for lunch like we are this year, we took the unpaid bill, if you will, and I asked him how much it was. And he texted me back on June of 2023, we paid $79,402.21 towards lunches. So, Mr. Boyd, I will ask you, if a student comes through the line, they don't have no money, what do we do?
Feed them.
We feed them.
That's what I thought. So, I just wanted that as a statement, general statement to the public.
You're exactly right, we feed them.
Sure. And all the kids is getting fed, whether it's free to reduce lunch, or they bring money, or they don't bring money, everybody's getting fed.
No, my point was, we pay it regardless.
Regardless.
Guess the system I came from was a lot meaner. The kids got a peanut butter sandwich and a milk if they did not have money to be able to pay.
They get a standard meal, what that standard meal is. Yes, I came from a system that it was a peanut butter sandwich if you didn't have the money. Yes.
Anybody else?
Some kids liked it better.
No.